Subway Surfers is one of those games that never disappeared. Whether you played it on your mom's phone back in 2013 or saw it randomly show up on your For You page last week, it's always been there, running, dodging, collecting coins. But how does a mobile game released over a decade ago still feel alive today? In this video we're running into the full story of Subway Surfers, how it started, what made it blow up, the updates that kept it going, the animated series, the sequels that never really happened, and why, even now, people can't seem to stop playing it. Let's rewind to where it all began. Before Subway Surfers was the game we all know, it was actually a short animated film. In 2009, a small Danish studio called Sybo created a short about rebellious teens spray painting trains and getting chased by a grumpy inspector and his dog. The concept had potential, and with the collaboration of another Danish mobile game developer, Hilo, in 2012 they turned that animation into a game. The idea was simple: run from the inspector, dodge trains, collect coins, and show off your style with outfits and boards. But the execution, that's what made it stick. Subway Surfers dropped during a golden age of mobile games. The App Store was packed with new ideas, but Subway Surfer instantly stood out. Unlike Temple Run, Subway Surfers felt more alive. The bright visual, fast swipe-based control, and smooth animations made it easy to jump into. Within months, it racked up millions of downloads. It was one of those games where even if you didn't download it yourself, someone around you definitely did. It became a kind of universal mobile game, the one everyone had tried at least once. By 2013, Subway Surfers had already made a name for itself, but Sybo wasn't just sitting back counting downloads. They had a plan to keep the game from going stale, take it global. That's when World Tour began. Instead of releasing random seasonal updates like most mobile games, Subway Surfers started doing monthly updates where the setting changed to a different city around the world. One month you'd be surfing through Tokyo, the next you'd be dodging train in Rio or Rome or New York, and with each update came new characters, new hoverboards, and a fresh coat of paint for the environment. It was genius. Not only did it keep the game feeling new every few weeks, it also gave players a reason to keep coming back, collect limited time content, and explore the stylized version of real cities. And it wasn't just a background swap. The environments had personality. Sydney had boomerangs, Cairo had pyramids. The details made it feel like you were on an endless world tour, and everyone wanted to see what the next stop would be. This monthly update model became the backbone of Subway Surfers' long-term success. While other endless runners faded out, Subway Surfers kept evolving, visually, mechanically, and even culturally. It became more than a game. It was a virtual passport. For a game this popular, it's kind of wild that there's no Subway Surfers 2. Think about it. Most mobile hits that last this long eventually got a sequel or a major reboot. But with Subway Surfers, nothing. No 2 in the title, no major engine overhaul, no dramatic rebranding. So what gives? Well, technically, Sybo never announced a full sequel, but they have been experimenting. In 2018 they released Subway Surfers Airtime, an online multiplayer spin-off with more of a side-scrolling style. It had potential, but didn't really take off like the original. The truth is, Subway Surfers never really needed a sequel. The game was already evolving constantly with the World Tour updates, special events, limited time characters, and team challenges. Instead of resetting everything with a new game, Sybo just kept upgrading the one that already worked, and fans didn't seem to mind. New boards, new cities, new cosmetics, it was all enough to keep the hype going without slapping a 2 on the logo. So while there's technically no Subway Surfers 2, the game we're playing in 2025 is miles ahead of what launched in 2012. It's basically Subway Surfers 2, just without the 2 in the name. In 2018, Subway Surfer jumped from phones to YouTube. That's when Sybo launched the Subway Surfers animated series. It's a set of short episodes that follow Jake, Tricky, Fresh, and the rest of the crew, not just running from the inspector, but actually living in their graffiti-covered city. You get to see their personalities, their friendships, and some light adventure plots, all done in a bright, bouncy art style that matches the game perfectly. It wasn't trying to be a deep, dramatic show. It was made for kids, but with the same kind of snappy, colorful vibe that made the game fun. And for long-time fans, it was cool to finally see the characters have actual voices and stories. Sybo dropped episodes on YouTube, so it wasn't locked behind a streaming platform. It was accessible, easy to watch, and part of a bigger push to expand the Subway Surfers universe. It didn't go viral like a Netflix series or anything, but it helped cement the idea that Subway Surfers wasn't just surviving, it was evolving into a whole little universe. Over a decade since launch, Subway Surfers is still running, literally and figuratively. The game has passed over 4 billion downloads, making it the most downloaded mobile game of all time. It's still topping charts, still getting regular updates, and still popping up in memes, and even school iPads everywhere. But why is it still so relevant? First off, the World Tour didn't slow down. The seasonal events kept coming, and the game's look evolved with better animations, smoother UI, and new features like tag, team mode, score multiplayers, missions, and more. Second, and this might sound weird, Subway Surfers became a kind of cultural background noise. People might not be talking about it all the time, but it's always there. It's part of a generation's digital childhood, and for a lot of people, it's right up there with Angry Birds, Free Ninja, and Temple Run. But unlike those, Subway Surfers never really went away and never really had a decline, and at this point, it's probably never gonna happen. Let me tell you something weird. There's a theory, and I'm not saying it's true, that Subway Surfers is based on a real story. A story where a kid was tagging a train station, got chased by police, and didn't make it. Yeah, suddenly that cheerful mobile game doesn't feel so cheerful anymore. The theory goes like this. Jake, the main character, is spray painting when the game starts. The group inspector catches him, and the chase begins. It mirrors that supposed real-life incident, a tribute to a boy who loved street art, was caught in the act and got hit by a train. It's dark, it's dramatic, it feels too specific not to mean something. But there's the thing. Kilo, the developers, denied it. They've said the game was just meant to be a fun, stylish runner that celebrates street art and youth culture. No tragic backstory, no lost kid, just cool vibes, hoverboards, and weekly high scores. Still, the legend lives on. Maybe because it makes Subway Surfers feel deeper than it really is. Or maybe people just like mixing creepypasta with childhood nostalgia. Either way, next time you boot it up, you might look at that opening scene a little differently. Wait. I just made a video about Subway Surfers without mentioning what's going on TikTok. Let me fix this. As you probably already know, Subway Surfers gameplay sadly became the official background footage for every single TikTok storytime video ever made. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Some guy telling the most random life story ever, like how he got kicked out of a Walmart in 6th grade, while Jake is just dodging trains at 700 miles per hour underneath. And here's the thing, it's not just a meme anymore. It's gotten to the point where people can't even watch a normal video without something moving at the bottom of the screen to keep their attention. Like, are we serious? You can sit through a 30-second story without a tiny Subway Surfers guy risking his life for your brain's entertainment needs? I'm gonna be real, I don't like TikTok. I think it's turned a huge chunk of people's attention spans into goldfish level disasters. It's not normal to need flashing colors, endless swiping, and constant noise just to focus on someone talking. And Subway Surfers, a game that actually deserves to be played, has been reduced to background noise for people who can't sit still for 5 seconds. Honestly, it's really sad, but hey, that's where we are, and unfortunately, we have to accept it.